Croatia joined the EU in 2013, and over the last few years there have been sizable investments in EU funds coming into Croatia. But how do Croatian towns and cities actually use those funds? Who's successful, who's not? We are here today in sunny Bjelovar, which is the champion town of attracting EU funds, and we're going to spend the day going around looking at where this money's gone, how much has been spent. And we start with the mayor of Bjelovar, Dario Hrebak, who claims to have got 250 million euros in the last few years for EU funds for a population of just 32,000, which is an average of just under 8,000 euros per citizen.
Welcome to Bjelovar, one of the most beautiful cities in the central part of Croatia. Bjelovar is now currently the champion of using European funds. 250 million euros worth of project will be realized in Bjelovar in the next year and a half. That's the value of 2/3 of building Pelješac Bridge. We will show you in this video what is the purpose of these European funds and how do they change the lives of Bjelovar citizens.
One of the impressions you get coming to Bjelovar is what an incredibly important town it is for sports. Here is where you will find the first open-air Olympic-sized swimming pool, which was built in 1952 at the same time as Zagreb and Ljubljana in former Yugoslavia. Behind me we have a very historic building called Sokolana, which opened in 1905 and was really the first centre of sports for the region. Started off with boxing and gymnastics, so these were the two key activities at the time. But also, just over here, you'll see a plaque because in 1972, Bjelovar were the European handball champions, one of only two Croatian teams to become European champions. And so this history of sports is extremely important to the city, and 6 million euros has been allocated to the complete renovation of this historic Sokolana building, and it will be restored to not only its former glory with all the historical features, but with all the modern conveniences. And so now this will be an event centre for lots of sports, but also you have various schools all around, and they'll be using this for their gym and for various different sports as well. And it'll also be held for event centres, for dances and things like that. So this is one more example of how Bjelovar is looking after its citizens, using EU funds and improving the lifestyle and the wellness of its inhabitants. There is so much positive energy and new ideas coming to Bjelovar at the moment. There are actually 35 different construction projects going on. One of the things that really amazed me when I first came here was knowing that it had a university, and they do 3 subjects. It's nursing, mechatronics and IT. And this is becoming one of the big sort of IT hubs of the region. In fact, businesses like Infobip are now opening offices here in Bjelovar, and the university has a 97% employment rate on graduation, which is pretty phenomenal. Behind us we have a building called Vodotek, a historic building, which used to be there for local people to come and buy all their sort of washing machines, plumbing supplies and so on like that. It's now being converted at a cost of about 11 million euros of EU funds into a digital innovation centre called Hub in Bjelovar, and there's already an existing building elsewhere which has 19 startups in that building with 92 employees. But when this thing opens, it's going to be a place for business hubs, it's going to be a co-working space, it's going to have a conference centre, it's going to be a real sort of dynamic energy provider for the IT industry in Bjelovar, and also a centre for artificial intelligence and smart solutions. And so they will have a maximum capacity for 300 employees here. So here is one more area where Bjelovar is really growing, where it's attracting people from outside, businesses coming, people are starting businesses here. It's got a reputation to be a really top IT place, and I have to say, I love it. The reputation of Bjelovar as a place for young people is growing, and one of the things that surprised me, as I said earlier, is that there is a university here. There are now almost 800 pupils, but the investment going in to make sure that those pupils have the best conditions for their education continues. We're here at the new Studentski Dom, so student home, which is being built. It's a 7 million euro EU funds project. It's about 1,800 square metres. It's right next door to the Vodotek, the IT centre, which we just mentioned. And it's built within an historic building at the front, and we've got some new buildings behind. It's going to be home to 54 students. There's also going to be a canteen for 120 students, as well as a library, a cafe and so on like that, and good facilities. And so this, again, is right in the centre of town, close to the university. One more example of a really intelligent and effective use of EU funds here in Bjelovar. It's about 5 years since the Bjelovar Mayor, Dario Hrebak, took me to this very spot, a field in the middle of nowhere, and gave me this amazing vision of a huge thermal park for tourism. 200 metres away there was going to be a motorway. I looked at him like he was completely nuts. But here we are 5 years later. This is a project which is being realised. The motorway is coming. It's due to open in June of 2026. And this will be a €42 million investment. And the mayor, of course, can tell you more about that himself.
We are building Terme Bjelovar. Terme Bjelovar is now currently one of the biggest spa projects in Croatia. They will be finished next year, and they are worth of €42 million, and half of that is the money that is coming from the European funds. Terme Bjelovar will be a perfect destination for different types of tourists, and definitely with Terme Bjelovar, Bjelovar will position itself very seriously on touristic map of Croatia.
Bjelovar's commitment to its youth is also evident with regard to kindergartens, and behind me we have the latest project, which is €2.4 million. It'll be finished in the summer, and the first kids will be coming in September, 64 kids in all. And there are 2 more that are being finished off now. And with that, Bjelovar will be a town which has actually got capacity for every single child who wants to go to kindergarten. There are 4 private kindergartens in Bjelovar. There's one state one which has 7 different locations all over the city, and it's actually being covered really, really nicely geographically so that parents don't have to travel too far to take their kids to kindergarten. And this is just one more thing where the future of Bjelovar for families is looking more and more secure. And so a fascinating day going around, seeing this city on the move. It's been really uplifting, and we end, as we always do, in the pub. And we're in Zeppelin, which is a local brewery bar place in the centre of town, which is opened 7 years ago. Got a range of really excellent beers. And I'm here with Dario, again the mayor, at the end. And I want to give him a little test because he's very, very good at PR. He's very, very good at giving me numbers and this and this and this. We've heard this number, €250 million in EU funds, and it sounds like a great headline number. But Mr. Mayor, I would like to challenge you to break that 250 million down and tell us exactly how much for each project and see how much you can do. Or is this all a PR charade?
But it will take a little bit more of time.
I'll order another beer and we can get there.
Okay, so let's start. €42 million worth of project Terme Bjelovar. Then €20 million worth of project of one of the most modern waste management system in Croatia. Then €18 million worth of new pipeline for drinking water, new drinking water 22 kilometers long pipeline. Then a new stadium, then 3 kindergartens that we are now building currently. €20 million worth of school in only one shift, which will be a revolutionary thing in not only Bjelovar but in Croatia. Then a new archive, then it's €6 million. €6 million new gym, then €7 million new dorm for students, then a new technological park, €5 million, €14 million worth of Vodotechna, digital innovation hub, then reconstruction of old jail, museum, library, energetic renewing it, then what else have I forgotten?
Have a sip of beer. You're doing very well.
Cheers.
Well, I mean, I haven't been counting, but that's pretty close to quite a lot. So I'll say cheers and congratulations.
Cheers again.
And keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.
And a PS to finish. I've heard lots of crazy stories coming out of Bjelovar in the last few years, many of which turn out to be true. And I've been reading in a couple of portals that apparently, we're here in Zeppelin, which is a great place, fantastic beer. I've heard a rumour that Luka Modric has bought part of this. Is this another crazy Bjelovar rumour that's going to turn out to be true?
Well, you know, I cannot confirm you that, but you know what the old saying says: where there is a smoke, there is a fire. That's
interesting.
Everything I can tell you about.
Interesting. Okay. So
but let's enjoy Zeppelin beer.
this is
Whoever the owner is.
This is something we can definitely do. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers.
For most people in Zagreb and the rest of Croatia, there is very little knowledge about what is east of Zagreb. And as I think we've shown today, there is one shining star here called Bjelovar. It is really moving forward. With the EU funds are certainly helping. The motorway is coming. It's going to be opening next year. That will connect Bjelovar to the world, to Zagreb, in about 40 minutes, I think. Tourism here is growing. Come in June and you have a wonderful festival called Teresiana, which will be a 5-day manifestation, which was an absolute sensation last year. And this is a town where there's a lot of investment in youth, in education, in sports, in lifestyle, and now with the thermal project coming to realisation in 2026, it'll be one of the rising stars of Croatian continental tourism for sure, but also I think Croatian tourism in general. And if you've never been to Bjelovar, I mean, just look at this centre in late April. It is magnificent. Totally blew us away, and it's my 4th visit now to Bjelovar. Every time I come, it's getting better and better, and it's been an absolute pleasure today. I encourage you to come and visit. I also encourage you to look at maybe education here, starting a business, investing. This is a really progressive town that's moving very much in the right direction.